Hi, I'm Tricia Dunlap, Managing Partner of Dunalp Law, a small business law firm in Richmond, Virginia. I am also a certified information privacy professional, and what that means is that as an attorney, I work in the world of data privacy and security in addition to working with small business clients. This video today is a public service announcement and warning related to PPP loans and data brokers. But before I get into the substance of the video, I need to give two caveats. Number one, I've been doing a lot of videos on the PPP loan program over the past year, and I want to make one clarification. These videos are public service announcements. Dunalp Law does not provide any direct services to people who need help getting PPP loans. There are two reasons for that. Number one, you really don't need our help. You can get the help you need from a local community bank that's authorized to make these loans. And number two, you can get that help for free. So it wouldn't be right for Dunalp Law to charge clients for help in getting PPP loans because you can get that help for free from a local community bank that's authorized to make the loans. So these videos are really about public service and giving back to help people understand the PPP program. Second caveat, as I talk about data brokers and data mining, I am not talking about any one specific company or business. I am talking about the industry in general, and I am talking about a range of business practices that have become customary among companies that mine data about people, collect that data, and then sell it. That's what data brokers do. And it's a big business. They're making a small fortune at collecting your data and selling it. So those are the two caveats, and with those two things in mind, let's dive in. First of all, let's talk about exactly what data brokers do. Data brokers have a thriving online presence. If you go to a search engine and Google how to get a PPP loan or help me get a PPP loan, it's a good bet that the very top returns you're going to get to your search are probably data brokers. If you click on those links, it will take you to a website where they promise to help you get a PPP loan. What you have to do is provide them with the information in order to help you. It seems innocuous, but this video is intended to help educate you into how these services work, how they make their money, and the kinds of rights that you are surrendering when you make use of these platforms. Number two, there is little to no regulation in the United States of the data broker industry. Now, there's an exception to this. California has a law called the California Consumer Privacy Act, and it requires data brokers to register with the California Attorney General's office, and residents of California have extra protections and rights that other Americans don't necessarily have around how their data is collected and used. So if you're a Californian, lucky you, you've got extra rights on this issue. If you are not a Californian, however, then really the only rights you have are the rights that the data brokers themselves give you in their terms of service and in their privacy policy. Now, you might wonder, how do I know what that is? Well, if you go to a company's website and go all the way down to the very bottom of the website, down into the footer where the small print is, you will see terms of service and privacy policy. If you click on either of those two, it will open up a document that is a legal document that explains to you all of the data that they will collect about you or your business, how they will use that data, what rights you have to limit their use of that data either now or in the future, and most surprisingly, it also gives them certain permissions that you might not be aware you were giving them. Those terms of service and the privacy policy are really the only effective limitations on data brokers. So it's important to understand those terms of service and privacy policy because they vary from one company to the next. Number three, By using their service, you have automatically agreed to the terms of service and to the privacy policy. That might be a surprise to you, but that's the case. It's effectively a contract that you've agreed to by taking the actions that you take. So when you go to a website that collects your personal information or your business's information, you should understand that almost certainly the terms of service entitle that company to use the information in accordance to their terms of service. By using the service, you've agreed to that. Number 4, the data typically collected from you is extensive. They collect your name, your address, potentially they collect your social security number, your cell phone number, your email address. They might collect your date of birth. They might collect your business's EIN number. They might collect the year your business was started, whether or not your business is an LLC or a corporation, the state of incorporation that your business is in. They might even collect your tax return information. They might collect your banking information and even actual transactions within your bank. Or without even knowing it, because you didn't read the terms of service, you might have agreed that they have a right to go out into the world and fish for additional data about you from any source that they choose to use. So you are agreeing to an extensive range of your personal information or your business's sensitive and proprietary information. You have essentially opened the kimono and given them full access to any information that you provide to them. Number 5, I just mentioned it a second ago, but it bears repeating. Almost certainly you have agreed that they can go to any other source that they choose to go to, with a few limitations here and there, and that they can then fish for information about you in those other sources. The data broker industry relies on creating essentially a composite picture of your life. Think of it as a jigsaw puzzle. They're collecting piece and piece and piece and piece. They are putting together an entire jigsaw puzzle picture of your life and your business. The more pieces they have, the more that picture comes into focus, and quite frankly, the more valuable the portfolio about you and your business becomes. Point number 6, your data will be sold. Almost certainly, these data brokers will be selling your data. That's why they exist. That's their business model. Not only will they sell your data to third parties that you may not even know about, but those third parties can also sell your data. So it's possible that data that you gave away to one business ends up in the hands of another business 4 or 5 or 6 parts removed from the business you originally gave it to. Be careful on who you give your information to. Finally, if you are looking for a PPP loan and you're not quite sure where to turn, the best place to go is to the SBA's website. Down below in the show notes, I have given you a link to a page on the SBA's website where you can choose your state, and then it will give you a list of every single lender in your state that is approved to provide PPP loans. My recommendation to you, and this is my personal opinion, so take it or leave it, but my recommendation is that you go to the SBA's website, you look at the banks within your state that are approved to give these loans, and that you then find a local community bank that is right around the corner from you, that is part of your community and will be invested in your success as a business owner. Go to that bank and work with that bank on your PPP loan. The program entitles banks to be paid for each loan that they make. So banks have an incentive to help you get a loan, and they will help you for free. Go to a bank that will help you rather than using a data broker that might not be helping you, but will most certainly be selling your data. I hope this video has been helpful to you. This is Dunalp Law's public service to small business owners who are struggling to survive the coronavirus pandemic. If it's been helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Please be careful with your data. I'm Tricia Dunlap with Dunalp Law in Richmond, Virginia. Thanks.